Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and today's video is another episode of Throwback Thursday. I can't remember for sure what number this is, but I'll have that in the title of the video. I got this idea from my dear friend Jan Van. Of course, I will link her channel in my description box. And of course, I have to give a huge love-filled shout out to my dear friend and subscriber Dawn for being my ultimate TBT cheerleader. So what palette will I be using today? I'm sure you can tell by the title of the video. I'm using the Ego Aurora palette, and this is duping the Natasha Denona Sunset or Sunrise, can't remember, palette. And I love this color story, and it's been quite some time since I've used this palette, but I just wanted some, like, I don't know, sunsetty, sunrisey vibes on my eyelids today. Now, typically what I will do is I will go straight to this shade right here called Dawn. And I'm going to again today because I have to do that in tribute to my dear friend Dawn. But I'm also thinking about maybe throwing this shade in there too. That's called Ray. I don't think I've ever used that shade before. And then I think what I'll do, I think with the mattes, I want more yellows and oranges, I feel like. So I think I'll use Sunburst and Soul and SOL, like the French word for sun. And then I'm thinking maybe Flame, maybe Twilight too. I'm going to start off with Soul though, putting that in my transition area. I do have both brows done, and I used my Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer, Prep Prime Eye Primer, Juvia's Place. Yes, it's been in my collection for quite a while, and I just kind of forgot I had it. I'm just trying to use more products in my collection so they don't just sit in a drawer, right? I'm trying to like be more mindful of that. I love the Nonny eyeshadow primer though. It was not easy for me to pass that up today, but I just figured, you know, let's try something different, see what I think of it. Because I've used the Juvia's Place primer a couple times and I really like it. It's a really nice primer. Very similar to the P. Louise, which that is my ultimate fave. Although the Nonny is a close second. It really is. It's really nice. I love it. I love it. And then the Queen Nubia eyeshadow base, I used that yesterday for a video that's coming up on Saturday, right? Yeah. And love that too. It's really nice. Very similar to the P. Louise as well. Maybe a little tackier than the P. Louise, but I would say that this is pretty similar to the P. Louise, the Juvia's Place one, for sure. And I was really sad when my P. Louise finally bit the dust because I've been using that pretty much every time I did my makeup for what, like 2 years? That lasted me that long because you just need a little bit of it, just a teeny tiny little bloop, and you're good. I would love to know what your favorite eyeshadow primers are. We can talk about that in the comment section if you would be so kind as to do that. I used to use the NYX Proof It, which I do have some of that. I really like that too. It's very tacky, like very tacky. Like if I don't set it and I like blink or squinch my eyes down, it like my eyelid sticks. I'm like, whoa. So, I woke up with kind of red eyes this morning, not itchy, not gooey, nothing, just red. And I think it's just allergies because we are in full allergy season swing over here, baby. Yes, we are. And my husband and my son are both just a mess. Like my husband's taking his allergy meds now before he goes to work. My son's taking his. My son gets nosebleeds when he has allergies. It's pretty crappy. So that's been happening. My son actually just finished his last college class. He's graduating next weekend. Is that right? It's not this weekend. I think it's the next weekend. So now I'm going to go into Sunburst. This shade was very nice. I think it's beautiful. So of course I had to post a picture of him on Instagram and celebrate the fact that he had just finished his last college class. That is so cool. I'm so proud of him. It's weird though to have 2 kids done with school, you know. I mean, he might go do some kind of postgraduate studies somewhere. I don't know. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Who knows? But he does have a really good job. I mean, we're hoping it's a really good job. He hasn't started it yet. We'll see. But, you know, I feel like he's where he wants to be with his educational career at this point, but he might change his mind and go back to school. Who knows? We'll see. I support whatever decision he chooses to make. You know, I did not go to any type of postgraduate schooling. I wish I had, because I got my bachelor's of science in psychology, and my goal was to get my master's and my PhD, and I did not do that. I've thought about going back to school. I don't really want to deal with the debt. I know there's lots of like grant loan type stuff that I could apply for, but I don't do that either. So I don't know. I might change my mind and do that at some point, but I don't know. I can't imagine fitting that into my life right now, so I just don't do it, but I would love to at some point. We'll see. I don't know. I listened to Shawnee talk about her schooling and all the different aspects of it, and I don't know how she did it. I mean, it's such a huge accomplishment, and I am so proud of her for pursuing her goals and accomplishing all the things that she's accomplished by a very young age. I mean, she was in school. I think she tells it that she was in school from the time she was 3 until she was what, like, I don't know, 30? I can't remember for sure. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know that I could have done that. Well, obviously I didn't do it, but it's just mind-boggling to me. Really, it is. So proud of her. She's badass. Badass in for lots of reasons. Okay, I love that. I think that blended out beautifully. I do have a cat out in the hallway crying. Bitsy Lou, again. Bitsy. So now I'm going to go into flare, putting that in my outer V and into my crease. Yeah, I don't know why Bitsy has been sobbing out in the hallway. She used to never do that. Like, I'd come in here, shut the door, start filming. She'd just find some place to go and lay down. And now she's like, I'm going to stand out in the hallway and cry. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I'm super excited to go to Braden's graduation. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a long ceremony. But that's all right. I don't care. And I am cheering. I don't care what they say. I'm cheering. I'm going to lose my poo. I mean, unless they're like, if you say a word, we're escorting you out of here, then I might not. But I might. But he would be so mortified if well, actually, I don't know that he would be mortified anymore if I cheered so loud that I got kicked out of the stadium. I don't know. He used to get real annoyed with me when he'd play football or basketball or track, and I would just go bonkers, like, go, Bubby! Go, B! Yeah, B! Kick ass, B! He'd look at me like, could you knock that shit off? But then also, there were times when I would cheer and he'd turn around and look at me like, that's my mom. I love her. So funny. Kind of just depended on what mood he was in. But one time though, I knew I was going to embarrass him and I didn't care because he had broken his ankle the summer before 8th grade and was not able to play 8th grade football. And so he would go to all the practices and all the games with his big, huge, clunky cast thing on with his crutches, and then later on his walking boot. And, I would go to the games too, even though he wasn't playing. Not the away games, but the home games I would always go to. Because the school's like, you can basically walk outside down the street, and there's the school. But anyway, he was standing there leaning on his crutches, and I just started going, go, Brandon! You're doing so good, buddy. You are awesome. Way to root your team on. Yes! He turned on, he's like, don't start. And then when we left that night, we got in the car, he's like, don't do that anymore at my games, Mom. He's like, come on, like, rein it in a little bit. I'm like, sorry, buddy, but, I just felt kind of bad because, he wasn't getting any cheers. And so I wanted to give him a little bit of cheer. That's all. I love that shade. That's beautiful. Why don't I use this palette more? I'm going to go back into Soul. It's going to blend this out just a little bit. This is a gorgeous palette. It really is. Really nice formulation. I know that I doubt that it's the same type of formulation as the Natasha Denona palette, but I really like it. And I have the Goddess palette also from Alter Ego that's duping is it the gold palette from Natasha Denona, I think it's called, or gold, I don't know. I have that, and that's really nice too. I'm going to be pulling that into this series. I might use that palette next week. And then I have the Artemis that is duping the Metropolis palette from Natasha Denona. Really nice. Really, really nice. And I know Alter Ego has a handful of other palettes that are gorgeous that are duping. Does she always do, or she? I don't know who owns the brand from Alter Ego. I have no idea. Do they dupe just Natasha Denona palettes? Don't they dupe Huda Beauty palettes too? I think. I don't know. You guys need to educate me about that in the comment section, please. I do think it is kind of sad that I have this channel and there's a lot about makeup that I don't know still. And I am like, no, who did what? They did who? What's the name of that? I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, you know, this is just me, man. Just me. Just being myself. Okay, I'm going to go back around with Sunburst. Just kind of blend a little bit more. It's still kind of harsh right there. I don't like it. Okay, I think that's blended okay. There's a spot right there that I'm like, blend, but let's move on. So now I'm going to go into Ray, putting that right here, and then I'm going to put Dawn towards the front. Now this is a really cool shade because it's like kind of like pink and like brick red, but it also has like a really subtle like blue shift to it as well. Fun. The cool thing though about Braden graduating from college now is that I can actually go to his ceremony, because when Sydney graduated from college, it was 2020 and it was COVID and you couldn't go. Well, they could have one guest go with them, and I think they were like sequestered, right? They had to, of course, wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart, but I think they were like sequestered in a room and they had to watch it, I'm pretty sure, on a teleprompter type or television screen. Teleprompter. Hi, I'm a child of the 80s. Nice to meet you. So that really bummed me out that I wasn't able to see her graduate from college. I also was not able to see my son graduate from high school. They didn't even have a ceremony, nothing. Basically what they did was they had the parents with masks on, of course, stand on the sidewalk near the school's parking lot, and then the kids got into cars and drove down the street and honked and we waved, and you know, a lot of kids had like music playing in the car loud, and it was really fun. But I mean, that was their graduation. It sucked. It really sucked. And you know, I'm not like, this is not me going, oh, that's so stupid. No, I understood why that we had to do it that way. Absolutely. You know, I mean, we couldn't all gather in a space because, you know, we didn't want to risk, obviously, getting COVID. Obviously not. And, you know, my dad, he has some pretty significant health concerns, and COVID could kill him. You know what I mean? So that's real scary. And so, yeah, I mean, then my dad's not alone in that. There's lots of people that it's real scary if they were to get COVID. This I'm done with. I love that shade. I think it's gorgeous. Now I'm going to take this smaller brush here. I'm going to go into Dawn now. But, you know, it was sad because, I mean, you know, Braden had been to Sydney's high school graduation, which was in 2017. It was wonderful. And he was super excited for that. They do graduation here, most high school graduations, at a performing arts center, and it's beautiful. That's where I graduated from too. And some schools do have it at the school, but most commonly high schools here, they graduate at this performing arts center. And we were one of the first schools to do that, my class, and we were pissed because we wanted to graduate at the high school. You know, we wanted to have in the gym with the bleachers, and like, just because that's what everyone had been doing up until that point, and we were all excited. We're like, we don't want to go to the performing arts center. But it was really nice. And, you know, my mom was thrilled because she'd been to, you know, lots of different graduations as a teacher and stuff, of course, and at the local high school. And she hated it because it was hotter than hell in the gym. And it was just, you know, everyone's all stuck to each other, and it's horrible. So she was thrilled that it was at the Performing Arts Center. I remember she and I got in an argument about it in the kitchen. I threw my cap across. I'm like, this is stupid. And she's like, no, knock that off. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna put Cosmic with my finger, just a little bit of this. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Just kind of smush these two shades together with Cosmic. I thought that would look kind of cool, maybe. I mean, that just popped into my head. It's not like I've been giving it much thought. I just thought, oh, that one might look pretty. So, yeah, Braden's graduation from college is going to be outside in their football stadium where he goes to school. So, and I don't have any idea what the weather's supposed to be like. I'm hoping it's not pouring down rain, because it's rain or shine. They're having it outside. They're having a ceremony. So I really would rather not stand in the rain. But I mean, no, it'll be fine. I would not miss it for the world. So I don't care if it's raining. I'm gonna go. You can't really see the Cosmic shade just because this shade here is really bold. It's kind of covering, and just not really showing the cosmic shade really, but I don't care. I think it looks really pretty. I love it. And I love this red satin. That is really pretty. It's gorgeous. I think also I'm going to go into Dawn with my finger too, just a little bit, and just kind of make sure that's nice and smushed in here. Yeah, I love it. Now I could go into either Nova or Twilight in my outer area here, but I really like this. I like that. So I think I'm just going to leave that there. Some of you might be thinking, no, put the other, but I don't. So I'm going to go back into Flare just a little bit and put this right here. I don't know that I'm going to have time to film my no makeup and chill video this week. I have just been swamped with work stuff, as I've mentioned in the last few videos, and I've been filming in the morning and editing at night. I've done that twice this week, like Monday, Tuesday, because I have collabs coming up, and so, and then I have to edit in the evenings. Did I say that? Film in the morning, edit in the evening. So usually in the evening is when I will do my no makeup and chill, and I just have stuff I gotta edit. So I don't know, I might do the no makeup and chill tomorrow night after work, we'll see. And I have just been coming home and absolutely exhausted, so we'll see. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with this brush, nothing additional on it, and just do my best to blend out that little edge I just put on there again. Oopsie. Okay, I think that blended out pretty good, actually. I really like this eye look. Yes, I do. So I do have some fallout. Clean that up, do my other eye, rest of my face. I'll come back. So this, of course, is my finished look, and I really like how it turned out. Love this palette. I've got to use this palette more. It's so beautiful. It's just got such a lovely formulation. I felt like everything worked so well. The only thing I did struggle with was what shades to put on my lower lash lines, because reds and oranges and sometimes even yellows can make me look a little sick. I thought about grabbing a different palette with maybe a dark brown, and I just thought, no, just go with it. So I did, and I'm sticking with it. So I'll show you the palette again, but let me show you just a few things I threw on my face for my finished look. On my lips, I used a liquid lipstick that I got in some PR from Temu. This is from Dragon Renee. This is the Punk Style liquid lipstick. I got a set of, I think, 3 or 4 of these, and I just love them. I love the formulation. I like how they feel on my lips. You can't really even feel them. They stick around all day long. I mean, it doesn't always look as good at the end of the day as it does right now, but love this lip product, and I thought the shade would work well with my eye look today. I was gonna grab my lip lacquer from Colored Rain in Cherry Blossom. Now I have made a complete mess out of my lipstick drawer, so somewhere down the line throughout my no makeup and chill series, I'm going to be doing a lippy declutter because it's just getting out of control. For my upper lid, I use the Revolution Beauty Iconic Flick Ink Felt Liner in black. Love this. And then I used the Banger Mascara from Makeup Mecca today. Love this mascara. So now let's talk about the Aurora palette from Alter Ego. I love it. I love this palette. I need to sit this on my desk and use this a ton more. I'm thinking about maybe pulling this into my panning project somehow, you know, my Def Leppard panning project, like, I don't know, a couple of the shades, or I don't know, I'll figure that out. But I really enjoyed all the mattes that I use in this look today. On my lower lash lines, I started off with Flare and Soul, and I just felt like it wasn't enough depth. I felt like I was looking pretty sick. So I did throw some Twilight towards the outer part of the lower lash lines. You know, it's kind of a brownish red. I thought maybe that would help out. And I did use a little bit of Sunburst to just kind of blend things together. And I don't know. Do I look sick? I hope not. I mean, if I do, whatever, who cares? I know that can kind of be a chic makeup look, but I usually don't like it on me. The shimmers were absolutely stunning. I don't know that Cosmic was necessary, but I do feel like it kind of helped bridge these two together. And then I did use Brilliance in my inner corners. Beautiful. I mean, everything works so well in here. I don't know if there's cream to powder formula in here. Like, I think it's that type of formulation is in the Natasha Denona original palette for this, but I don't know. But I love it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Let me know if you have this palette in your collection and what you think of it. Let me know if you happen to have the original Natasha Denona palette that this palette is duping. And let me know what you think of my look. I'd love to know. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing. My stomach's joining in. Smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.